We are back on Get Up, and we're going to do a feature called Who Has the Edge? Because there are a lot of edge rushers to have a close eye on in Week 4. Jeff, who has the edge, Myles Garrett or Jared Goff?
I'm going Jared Goff here. Now, no disrespect to Myles Garrett because he's an absolute beast, the best in our business. I like the offensive line, though, for the Detroit Lions, and I think they'll have a plan of trying to stay physical like they did with the Ravens, try to push him around, running the football, try to fatigue Myles Garrett. He is not somebody I would want to block, so I apologize to the Detroit Lions offensive line. I'm not trying to piss him off.
They triple teamed him last week.
You better triple team him every week.
Insane.
Every week you triple team him.
That's a sneaky, interesting game. All right, Dominic, here's another one. We got Daniel Jones against Jared Verse. Who has the edge?
No DJ.
Let's go.
DJ. I mean, I think the skill players that they have will be effective against the secondary that the Rams have. If they can keep Jared Verse off of Daniel Jones, I think this offense with Shane Steichen is going to continue to roll, and they can run the damn ball.
You know what they're singing in Indianapolis?
What's that?
DJ got us falling in love.
I mean, I did go DJ, though. I did Lil Wayne.
You just set me up.
I went to Lil Wayne.
Well, but
you didn't know.
I'm sure
that was as close as I was going to get. All right, Jeff, back to you, Jeff. Here's the really interesting one. Micah Parsons against Dak Prescott. Who has the edge?
Micah Parsons. The Green Bay defensive line can flat out get after you. In Dallas's defense, if they get behind, you think about this, if they get behind 10 or 14 points early, this is a track meet. This is scary for Jerry. Oh, Jerry, but he better tap out. Just say, run it, give it to Williams and just let him run. I don't care what we do. Don't get Dak sacked. That's going to be the motto for the weekend.
Well, Micah's looking forward to this matchup against Dak. Jerry Jones is looking forward to the return of Micah Parsons. Let's hear from both of those Cowboys.
You know, it's gonna be painful. You know what I mean? Dak's my guy. You know, he was always like a good mentor for me. But you know what it is. I always told him if I ever faced him that, you know, it'll be a great matchup. So I'm excited to see what Sunday brings itself.
Jerry, do you feel any extra competitive drive to win this week with Micah Parsons coming back?
Yes, I do. I've said this time and time again. I think the world of Micah as an individual, and of course know him well. But and I might say I wish him well, except it's obvious I don't this weekend in terms of Green Bay winning the ball game.
Okay, so obviously I said these two Cowboys. I still can't get that out of my head. People will say there's extra motivation for the Cowboys this weekend because he has left and Jerry Jones felt scorned and all the rest of that. Do you feel there's extra motivation for the Cowboys this weekend?
For Jerry, not for the Cowboys. Those other players, you know, when a player plays as well as Micah Parsons does, you expect your team to take care of him. And for whatever reason, they couldn't get the contract done. That Cowboys ain't mad at Micah. Every one of them would have done the exact same thing he did. So there's motivation for Jerry and there's motivation for Micah. But all in between, it's just a regular game come Sunday. So don't expect them to be, winning one for the Gipper.
It was just a couple months ago when the whole Cowboys team was putting Micah in their profile pictures. They're not mad at Micah. No. There's no revenge game for them. It's going to be a lot of hugs and that pregame.
That's right.
I'm just looking forward to if Micah gets a sack, what his celebration is going to be. I feel like you got to find Jerry's box and point to it. That's the move. You got to find it and point to it or something like that, or tap on the ring finger. But you have to do something to make sure Jerry knows that this sack was special.
Yeah. So for Micah Parsons, look, the schedule makers got this one right. You got Green Bay, you got the revenge game, you got all these different factors in. Kmart, you were telling us this morning, in this situation, it does feel like there's one person in the middle of it who kind of feels on the short end.
There's only one loser here, and it's Jerry Jones. Because since the Micah Parsons situation happened, he's had to ask questions about, so this offense, this defense, are you going to trade for guys? Are you going to sign guys? Like, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'd love to have a pass rush. I think you look at Micah. He went to a potential Super Bowl winning team. He got paid. Dak got his money. CD got his money, and he's not even on the field right now. So when you look at everybody here, Jerry's the one who's like, yeah, I need this. I need this win more than anybody to say. Because can you imagine when he has to hold court after the game, if Micah goes off and the Cowboys look, they kind of look bad, that's going to be an issue.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm worried about the Cowboys. I think there's a lot of reason to be worried about the Cowboys. Their defense is an embarrassment. There's really no nicer word to use. And a month ago today, you probably would have said their two best players were C.D. Lamb and Micah Parsons.
You would have.
One of them is out a month, and the other one is playing for the other team.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are in serious, if not for Brandon Aubrey, they'd be 0-3 now.
Yeah.
They're in serious jeopardy of falling out of this thing completely before we get anywhere near Halloween.
Yeah, when you think about Schottenheimer and his plan for this weekend, this is when coaching really does matter, because he is going to have to put together a flawless plan in how do we protect Dak? How do we slow it down? How can we slow this game down and make it as ugly? Throw it back to the Green Bay game, Green Bay year of the 60s, right? Like, we need that type of, Javonte Williams got to get 4 yards a carry, keep us in the game, because I'm telling you, if it's a track meet, this is as ugly as it gets in the NFL.
I love how Jeff thinks he outsmarted us when he just did a roundabout way of saying they better run the ball.
Better run that.
You better run that drive. Just run the ball. He didn't want to say it, but he was like, they got to speed the game up. They got to protect Dak Prescott. Like, just say what you want to say, man.
Here's the problem. That's not what they do.
Right.
I know they run the ball better than we thought they might. They've been much more balanced. Brian Schottenheimer's a good offensive coach.
Yeah, for sure.
And their offense looks a lot better. But they've lost their best player in C.D. Lamb. That's something many teams couldn't overcome. And their defense can't hang no matter what they do. I don't think they can hang no matter what.
Running the ball doesn't always lead to high scoring. So you're going to have to be able to stop. You normally see successful teams that run the ball well. You pair it with a good defense. And that's hell for the opponent to go through if they can run the ball and stop you. But the problem is, they had a revenge game last week for Blues. They took Eberflus to Chicago. It was like, we're going to show you guys that you shouldn't have let our guy go. And that was bad. So hopefully they don't consider this a revenge game also, because it doesn't work out.
I think, unfortunately for the Cowboys, they're paying their best players top dollar. But this was a team that a new defense, new head coach. It was going to take time for this defense to get going anyway. And now that they don't have their best player on defense, they don't have their best player on offense, it's hard to feel confident in this matchup, even though they're at home.
Oh, I have zero confidence. You can watch this game like you watch a horror movie, like, every once in a while, like peeking up. Oh, no, did Micah just pop out from behind the closet or something like that? This one, I think, could get very ugly on Sunday. Coming up, you're not going to believe what are you watching.
Oh, Micah Parsons is going to make a statement. I know he's downplaying it, acting like it's just another one of those games, but no, he's going back to Dallas to show Jerry what he's missing out on. Sure. And the way that Cowboys team has been playing right now. We're going to get some memes on Sunday night.
We have a lot on that game coming. There's a very interesting NFC matchup this weekend. Kmart, what are we watching? Eagles, Bucks.
This right here, Mike Evans. What will this Bucks offense look like without him? Like, he has had sort of lower leg injuries before. I think anything that derails the Bucks every year, it seems like injuries. That's the thing. And they've won all their games, but very close margins. So I'm looking to see how they handle the Eagles down a guy.
And you see this Eagles defense, which has had its moments, but generally hasn't been what it was